said that in Hong Kong we have the financial services here, we have manufacturing based in Guangdong, and there is also the innovation, technology and research development facilities near Hong Kong. So there is confidence that Hong Kong will become a top of the world green finance I&T center. Hong Kong will continue to build our 8 centers, say for example, the Asia Pacific International Legal Services and Dispute Resolution Center. We've had the Hong Kong Legal Week lasting for 5 days. It came to a successful conclusion last week. Scholars and experts came to Hong Kong to explore on a number of issues: international cooperation, arbitration, mediation, the GBA, as well as Belt and Road Initiative. We have attracted from over 50 jurisdictions and over 11,000 people attending online and offline. In the building of Hong Kong I&T Center in the 2023 Sir Run Run Shaw award ceremony took place the day before yesterday. We have the laureate forum of Shaw Prize winners gathering in Hong Kong. This was an occasion with different generations of I&T elites in Hong Kong. This will be conducive to establishment of I&T Center. In terms of a shipping center, we've had the 7th International Shipping Week. Starting from the 19th of November, there will be a series of promotion to promote Hong Kong as a prime site for shipping services. All these makes Hong Kong able to tap into our advantage in a position when we have the backing of the motherland. We're going to have the district council election. It will take place in about 3 weeks. The district council candidate eligibility review committee vetted all nominations of 399 candidates. They confirmed that all of them met requirements under the Basic Law and the requirements of being patriots. All these nominations are deemed valid. I see that these candidates have started their electioneering campaign, telling the general public about their calling and their aspirations. All elections in the geographical constituency and the committee constituencies are contested, and the contest is rather heated. There will be about 4 candidates competing for 2 seats in the geographical constituency, and for the DCC, there will be 228 people vying for 176 seats. They will have their platforms. Voters, please remember to vote on the polling day. Choose the best candidate, and your vote will help enhance the governance of the district councils and will be conducive to good governance. In order to facilitate voters who are on the mainland, there will be 2 schools near MTR stations being turned into polling stations. I appeal to voters to vote on the 10th of December. Choose the right candidate who are competent and who are patriots to serve Hong Kong and to serve our country.
The floor is now open to questions. If you wish to put questions, please put up your hand. When it's your turn, please let us know your media outlet. Each time, please raise no more than 2 questions. Let's start with the gentleman at the front. I'm from Cable TV. In your policy address, you proposed easing the harsh measures, but recently in Tong Chong, a site was withdrawn. the sale failed, does that show the government is not aware of the market situations? Property developers are calling for the full scrapping of harsh measures. Are you worried this may affect the private subsidized sale flat scheme? Should there be more incentives? Yesterday, Mr. C.Y. Leung slammed the plan to make people park at the artificial island for Guangdong vehicles. Our economic recovery is not doing as well as we thought, and we are seeing a larger deficit. We want to bring in more tourists. But the limit on cars from Guangdong is putting off tourists. What do you think? The people care about the home market. In the policy address, we propose easing the harsh measures. It will take time for the market to adapt to the new measures. The home market is affected by the high interest rates in the global environment. Hong Kong as an economy is facing the same challenges as other economies elsewhere. We have scaled back some of the harsh measures. Media reports suggest that real estate agents are getting more inquiries. Buying a property is a major decision. People make inquiries and then they decide based on the actual circumstances in Hong Kong. It will take time for people to arrive at a decision. That's understandable and that's normal. We are easing some harsh measures. The point is to ensure healthy development in the property market, no volatilities. And we want to let people know what our policy is, and then people can make their own decisions. I have stressed that the government approach is about transparency, and we let people know our direction. For land sales, in some places, there has been ample supply of land. A property developer considers whether to submit a bid. The developer considers the whole property market. And some developments are anticipated. I delivered my policy address last month. More inquiries followed the policy address. We are also seeing talent come in. We are waiving the stamp duty upfront and levied it only later on. This will take time. That means it takes time for people to adapt to the new measures. We will keep an eye on the market development. Now, for private subsidized sale flat schemes, we have the land. We act based on the actual circumstances and launch the scheme when appropriate. There are different views about letting in vehicles from Guangdong. We will listen to different views. Our policy direction is to let in vehicles from Guangdong. As for the actual details, the implementation, the relevant policy bureau and the transport department are listening to views, and we are in talks with the Guangdong authorities. We welcome views so that we can implement the measure in the way we want. Once we have the decision, we will let you know. Next question. On the left, the gentleman at the back.
Mr. Liam from RTHK. So I would like to first follow up on the APEC summit. So what are your expectations for Financial Secretary Paul Chan? And what are the goals that Hong Kong is hoping to achieve during the APEC summit? And second, we'd like to follow up on the property market as well. We have seen that the government has partially eased property cooling measures, but we also seen in land sales recently that the results have not been too satisfactory. So What do you make of that? And is there room to further adjust property measures as well? Thank you.
I think the Financial Secretary has said either before or during his visit to the US for the APEC meeting that he will be introducing Hong Kong's strengths and attractions and business opportunities and potential to people who he comes across in the APEC meeting in the US. And he will also be expanding the circle of friends. We emphasize, of course, in free trade and collaboration and cooperation, particularly regional cooperation. This is something that we have been advocating and trying to promote. The Financial Secretary will, of course, do that seriously. And I have already seen that he has been meeting counterparts from different economies, obviously expanding the circle of friends and introducing Hong Kong's attraction and potential to his counterparts. And I'm sure that he will do a good job in that regard. And he will be making speeches during the APEC meeting, as I did, I think, in the last meeting I had in Thailand. He will be telling Hong Kong stories, true story, to tell the world how Hong Kong can contribute its strengths, how Hong Kong is a good market for people to come to invest, set up their companies, and also Hong Kong's strength as the conduit between mainland cities and the world. And this unique strength of Hong Kong under one country, two systems principle will be explained fully. And Hong Kong's uniqueness under the one country, two systems as the only city that practices the common law system, which will make investors, particularly those who have been investing in the key international financial markets, which usually also operate on common law systems, that will, I think, help investors to appreciate the certainty and the rules and regulations that are being practiced in common law's jurisdiction. All these strengths will be made clear and made well known to people that our delegations will meet. As regard property markets, I announced some changes to the measures that we introduced to control speculation. And since the measures were announced, which was just a month ago, then I have seen and learned from the news that there have been more inquiries made by interested buyers, particularly those who are regarded as talents who have come to Hong Kong under our various talent attraction schemes. Obviously, the market and buyers will take time to observe the situation and make the decision, because buying a property is, after all, a major decision for a normal family. So it's natural that people will take time to make that decision. The government will, of course, continue to monitor the market situation. I also understand that the property market is facing challenges in Hong Kong in the same way as many economies are facing, which is a high interest rate situation, which may last quite a while. So it is important for people to make a decision based on their own abilities and their own financial circumstances. And of course, when the interest rates is at a rate of almost 5% for deposits, then investment opportunities will be careful, particularly when the 5% interest rate is a almost risk-free return on money deposited. So there are various factors affecting decisions to make by any individuals to buy properties or not. We have been, of course, acquiring lands so that we will have sufficient land to put out to the market when we think it is the right time to do so. We will continue to monitor the market to decide when will be the right time to do that. But I think it is only natural for people to watch the situation after the new measures have been announced, which was only 1 month ago. So the government's policy is to make clear our policy considerations, be transparent as much as possible, and trying to be helpful to decision makers who will have to consider whether they should buy or not buy any property according to their own situation.
由於時間關係咧，咁請
In the interest of time, will the last journalist to put questions raise no more than 2 questions on the right, the lady at the front?
你好，想問下
Good morning. What's your organization, TVB? There has been a spate of serious or fatal industrial accidents. Some are in government construction site. Is there a need to review construction site safety guidelines? Are these guidelines applicable to real life situation? Because the incident that took place in Yamate took place again just a month ago. Industrial accidents should not happen. And we need to work together to address the issues. Of course, the government has an important role to play. We need to have sufficient legislation, procedure, guidelines to make sure that operators have rules to follow. So we have enhanced the penalty. The maximum penalty is imprisonment of 2 years. We have increased number of inspections. When something happens, we have taken swift action. That's the work of the government. But there are other parties involved. Management of the construction site and those who actually work at construction sites. So these 2 parties are important when it comes to enhancing a safety culture and abidance of guidelines at sites. The first line of responsibility holder is the operator of the site. We have guidelines, we have the law setting down requirements. It's down to the management to make sure that all these requirements and rules are complied with. Failure to do so will attract a penalty. Workers themselves also need to realize the importance of construction safety to themselves, because it's not just about their own personal safety. They need to also think about their family and to not worry their families. So when it comes to ensuring health and safety, they need to make sure that they comply with the rules and procedures as well. Of course, there is room to further enhance the culture of safety. The Construction Industry Council and the government will continue with our work. We will organize training sessions, talks, formulate and improve guidelines as necessary. Every party, whether it's the government, supervisors, operators, workers themselves, have a role to play to build a good safety culture. They have to ensure that safety is paramount and not to let it give way to convenience. All stakeholders, including the CIC, will provide guidance, training, and support. When it comes to training, the operators will have to do their work, and the government will step up our work in terms of supervision, investigation in the cases of accidents having taken place. We need to enhance the culture of safety. We'll make better use of robotics, machinery, equipment to replace certain work processes, because this will greatly reduce risks. So it's down to the culture of the trade. We need to enhance awareness. In addition, we have to make use of tools and technology. And we all need to do more. So that's the end of the press briefing. Thank you.